I hope you bloody sorry lot. Nah, I'm only joking. You know, I'm sitting, I'm sitting here just looking at the chat, and you know what, you lot is the reason. Apart from Doug Scullery, obviously, you lot are the reason that I do this thing. Some of the things that you guys say just make me smile. They really, really do. You're a fantastic lot, and I'm really, really blessed to have you guys in my corner, so to speak. So yeah, listen, thanks very much for tuning in tonight. It's I've not, well, I've got a, there you go. That's what I've got to talk about. If I look tired, it's because I am tired. Don't know why. I mean, I've been sleeping all right, but the last, I don't know, the last maybe 2 3 weeks, you know that thing where you're overtired, where you're like you're really tired, but you're actually overtired, which I didn't think was a thing, but it is. You can be too tired and you can't sleep. I've been sleeping, but when you're overtired, your eyes like nip. They really nip, like they're kind of sore with tiredness. And that's what I've kind of felt like the last 3 weeks. I don't know why. Um, I've put new contact lenses in, so see if that makes any difference. But anyway, yes, thanks very much to all you lovely lot for tuning me tonight. I mean, I do. It's Friday night. This is quality time. I don't mean watching this, but it's quality time. A Friday night is my kind of favourite night of the weekend, even more so than Saturday because you've got Saturday. You know you've got Saturday to come, and then you've also got Sunday. Um, Hopefully not, Tony. No, you're coming down with something. The thing is, a couple of people at my work have had COVID. They've not been very well. I feel okay. I feel absolutely fine. Um, Tomorrow, I'm going to be getting a fairly early night tonight because tomorrow I've got my testing for Cook Soul, where if I pass, I get my red belt. So you've got about 2 hours of getting absolutely beasted. They really, really push you hard. They push you to your breaking point. And then at the end of it, they make you do all your kind of forums and your techniques and that kind of stuff. It's hard. It is really, really hard. I mean, I know I've got a fairly decent level of fitness, but it's tough. So I've got that tomorrow, 11. I think it starts at 11 o'clock. So wish me luck for that. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna. This is going to be a bit of a hodgepodge Friday waffle. No change there. You're saying quiet at the back. Um, I'm gonna. I've got a couple of games I want to play. I've got 3 games I want to play actually. I've got some wonderful questions to answer as well, and I've got a couple of things I just kind of want to talk about. Before I start, I'm going to have a quick drink of my tea. Excuse me. I'm just going to do a quick roll call. We've got Mark Whatever, we've got LFC, we've got Golden Gamer, Doug Scullery, Colin Gregory, and his beautiful wife, Mrs. Gregory, Alex, Steve's Gaming, and Mark Whatever, and also Paul Patrick, and not forgetting Del Boy. Yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in. Right, last week I was talking about getting to a kind of a landmark, to me, a landmark number of subscribers. Now, as we all know, subscribers doesn't really mean anything. It kind of does till it does a wee bit, because what that tells me is that is the number of people that have watched a video and thought, this isn't shit. I want to watch more of this person. Now, the reality is, you're lucky if 10% of your subscribers actually watch your channel. That's the reality. It's the reality of every channel. You show me a channel that's got 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 views, and I'll show you 100 that have got 1,000 subscribers and I've got 100. Sorry, yeah, sorry, what I meant to say there. You show me a channel that's got 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 views, and I'll show you 100 that have got 1,000 subscribers. The 100 views, you tend to find that only 10% of your populace or subscriber count actually watch the channel. So it's kind of irrelevant, but it's irrelevant as well, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I managed to, when I made the waffle last week, I was just under 4,000, and I'm now, I think it's 4,005 or something. And yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, must be doing something right. I think what I'm kind of most proud of isn't anything to do with the number of subscribers or anything. It's the fact that I've been doing this for such a long time. I mean, Tony, Golden Gamer, Tony will testify. He's had a couple of channels over the years, and I wouldn't say it's not easy to start a channel, but it gets harder when you try and keep it going. And that's why I always say to people, you need to, if you're thinking of making content, you need to get something that you're genuinely passionate about. Don't jump into the bandwagon and do something that's just current, because you're going to get bored and you're going to run out of things to say, like I have. But people will soon cotton on that you're not interested. And the thing is, you can't possibly. It's like taking up a hobby that you've got no interest in. Suppose, I mean, I'll say for example, football. I've got no interest in football. I know LFC and a few other people like the game. I've got no interest in football at all. If I started making a channel about football, after a while I would sort of think, right, don't want to do this anymore, because I've not got a genuine interest. So it's got to be something that you're interested in. But to actually keep it going is difficult. There's been a lot of times, and I probably mention it all the time. There's been a lot of times over the last whatever many years where I don't think maybe I have on the odd occasion thought about packing in YouTube. I think it's never been because I'm not enjoying it, it's usually been that I'm just not able to do it, and I always feel like I'm letting people down, and I think, right, you know what, I'd be better off just knocking this on the head and thinking if I'd 11 good years, and I still stand by that. I mean, if I get to a stage, I've always said that about any hobby, YouTube included. Hopefully, that's not too bright. I mean, it's mental. It's super bright in the video, but it's actually dull outside. Yeah, if you get to a point as what's his name, Scum, Ray Winston, you dirty bastard. Yeah, when it stops being fun, stop, or whatever it is, the phrase they use for gambling, and that applies to hobbies. When they stop being fun, you don't just, yeah, give up. So I'm just having a quick look at the comments. Mark whatever's asking, anyone heard from Panther? Haven't seen him in ages. Panther's absolutely fine. He'll not mind me saying, because he's mentioned this before, he's had a change in personal circumstances, and no, he's in a good place. He's doing really, really well. He's got, and it's just what we're talking about. This is the perfect example. He was, yeah, he's now, his personal circumstances have changed, and he's now got other things that he wants to do with his time, and that's kind of where I was as well. The funny thing was, when I was living with someone, I mean, I live with my daughter and they two smelly dogs. Um, I I seem to have more time for YouTube, and now that I live on my own, I don't. I've got other things I want to do. But yeah, when it, like I said, when it stops being fun, I'm going to stop, and I'm not going to do this forever. There will come a time where I think, right, I've had enough. I don't want to do this anymore. But that time is not now. You may be pleased to hear. I'll give you plenty of notice when I decide I'm going to hang up my microphone once and for all. But no, 11 years on YouTube, it's had its ups and downs. Uh, very, very, very few downs. I mean, the only downs I can think of as being on YouTube was when I hit, ironically, it was 500 subscribers. Uh, People at work found out that I had a channel and started taking the piss out of me. And I took the channel down because I just thought I didn't want to be made a fool of. And then Lactobacillus Prime, Mark, he told me, don't be so daft. He says, get your channel back. And that's what I did. So that was one minor down. It wasn't YouTube itself that did that. Well, it was just people being arseholes. And any other time, I mean, I've had a couple of sort of nasty comments over the years on my videos, but I don't. Maybe I do take it personally. I think because I'm quite a nice person. Hopefully, Dale will verify that. I'm not a bad person. I mean, I'm by far away not perfect, but I try and be nice to people. And I do take it personally when somebody's been nasty, because that's not really in my blood to be nasty to somebody. Um, but yeah, but apart from that, it's been good. It has been good, and I will continue. Like I said, I'll continue to do this until I get bored, or you lot stop watching. Chances are that will come first. But anyway, but no, Panthers. He's absolutely fine. He's absolutely fine. Modern gaming. What's the name of the game? I have a mate on. I mean, he's been going on and on and on about this game called Star. Is it Star Control? Star World? Star World, I think it's called. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a new game that's just come out. I think it's coming out in 6 days' time. But if you've got this Game Pass Premium or something, you can play the game early. And he has been so excited. He's literally been doing a countdown of days to play the game. Now, he's the same age as me. He's not a youngster at all. But he's really excited about it, and He's even bought like a faceplate thing, whatever it is. He's bought a cover for his Xbox, and it's got Star World or whatever the hell it's called cover, and he's got a Star World joypad and or gamepad, and yeah, he's so excited about this game, and I've been looking at a few things on YouTube and what have you, and they're talking about this might be the best game ever. And I watched the trailer on my Xbox tonight, and I'm just like, really? Nah, no interest. Absolutely no interest. Somebody could buy me the game. And Starfield, that's the one, yeah. What did I say? Star World. And I'm just thinking I have got there's absolutely zero interest in it. I mean, I'll play it. I'll play it for half an hour on the 6th of September when it gets released. I can play it for free. Well, I've got the Game Pass thing, but I can play it for free, so I'll give it a go. But will I stick with it? Not at all. Not interested. And it's just kind of got me thinking: have I now fallen out of love with modern gaming? I think I have largely. There are still games that come out that I like to play, but by and large, modern systems just don't do it for me. They really, really don't. Um, I mean, I've what was I going to say? Like films and music. In fact, yeah, there's obviously that's always. I'm sure some psychiatrist or psychologist could say something about me. Music, films, and games. I'm not a big fan of discovering new ones. I always like to kind of revert back to the ones that I know and enjoy. So when it comes to music, there's very little. I don't really listen to new music. I tend to kind of always go back to the stuff that I like, whether it's Maiden or AC/DC, Metallica, Christy Burr, Howard Jones, Depeche Mode, Level 42, whatever. I always like to go back to stuff that I like. And it's the same with films, as Dell could testify. The number of times that when I'm at my work, I sit next to a couple of people, and we talk about films and what have you, and they'll say to me, "Oh, have you seen this film?" I went, "Nope." And they'll, "Oh, you need to watch that film." So I take a wee note of films that I need to watch. American Beauty being one of them. The guy in my work said, "You need to watch that." And what I'll tend to do is I'll start watching it, and then after about 10, 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm bored, and I'll put Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on, or Chariots of Fire, or I put on something. It's almost like comfort food, comfort films, comfort music, and it's the same with video games. The games, I mean, yeah, case in point, without even thinking about it, the game that I'm playing at the moment on my Xbox is Last of Us 2. Now I know it's a modern game, but it's because I love the original Last of Us. It's a stunning game, and the sequel doesn't disappoint. I've played the original, I don't know, 4 times, possibly completed it 4 times. And then the game that I bought and I've yet to play because I want to finish Last of Us is the Resident Evil 4 reboot. So again, I'm playing modern games, but it's old games that have been redone. So yeah, have I fallen out in modern games? Probably. There's really nothing that's that comes out. I mean, I know nothing about games. I tend to kind of find out about games when somebody in Discord or Bellboy or whatever, somebody will mention something. But by and large, I've not got any interest in modern games. That's me. I know it's because I'm an old fart. And here's kind of part of it. And again, this is I mean, I decided just to talk about this about 10 minutes ago, but when I actually start thinking about things, it all kind of stacks up. What PC game? One of my mates, Neil, he was up last night and he's managed to get, he was, what do you call it? He managed to get the PC core working on the Mister, and I've got all these like CD based games. And what was the first game I wanted to play? Command and Conquer. I wanted Dune 2 to begin with, and then Command and Conquer, and I couldn't get it working. So I thought, tell you what, I'll see if. In fact, I remember I bought it. I thought it was on Steam actually, but it turns out it was on EA, whatever it's called. EA have got. They've got their own thing. It's like a front end. So I loaded it up last night, and there's only two games I've got installed. It's Command and Conquer, and I think it's Command and Conquer something or another. And I went to play Command and Conquer, and it starts to load, and then it says it can't. There is an issue at our end. Please try again later. So I tried again, still didn't work. I powered the PC on and off and on, I should say, and it still doesn't work. So there you go. I've got a game that I legitimately own. It's downloaded, and because it requires, for whatever reason, it needs to make an internet connection, and that internet connection thing isn't working, and I can't play the game. I mean, seriously, that really pisses me off, and to me, that just epitomises, that sums up my hatred of modern gaming. You need an internet connection or whatever. Bollocks to that. I want to put a cartridge into my system, switch it on, play the game. I want to download a game. I want to press play, start playing it. This bollocks about internet connections and that. Why is that? So I can't play it. It's shite. Oh, Command and Conquer on Steam. Where about is it? Yeah, you know what? Right, I'll finish. So because I couldn't play it, I did notice there's a reboot. It's not a reboot. It's a remake. It's in. They claim it's in 4K. I mean, my monitor doesn't do 4K, and it was $17.99, and it's a reboot of Command and Conquer and what's the other game? Red Alert. So I bought that last night. So there you go. Again, I'm playing old games. So that kind of sums up. I've got no interest in StarCraft or Starfield or whatever the fuck it's called. Not interested. You can keep it. You can shove your modern games up your arse as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Right, listen, what I'm going to do now is tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a tune. I don't even know what tune. I'm going to play a tune. I want to drink my tea because when I do these Friday waffles, I make my tea and I tend to forget to drink it and it ends up stone cold. So I'm going to pick a tune, maybe one or two tunes. I'm just going to not talk for a change. You'll be happy to hear. And then we'll get into the second part of the waffle. So let me see if I can find... How do I do this? Let me see. Application, right. What I'm going to do... How can I... Is there a media capture thing? Let me see if I can... Media source. Let me see if I can find something. I'm just going to pick something random. It is going to be gaming related. Excuse me. Right, wait a wee minute. Where is my retro music? There we go, retro music. Right, what about some, shall we have some Martin Galway? Oh, what's that one there? Oh, you know what it doesn't like? Oh, it does like it. Hang on, wait a wee minute. These must be zipped, are they? Right, okay, what about some, what about a bit of Turrican 2? Yeah, let's play this. What a tune. What a tune. Yeah, right, that was Turrican. I don't know what that title was, but that was by Fast Loaders. Right, yeah, right, I'm going to jump on. In fact, I think I'll do a few questions now. I've got quite a few from last week. So I'll just start at the very beginning. And Legendary Whizball, just wanted to say thanks for the last 10 years, mate. I have been watching from that Sewer Shark video, which was my very, very, very first video ever. I've been watching, yeah, your videos and the original podcast as well as the newer one have kept me amused on many runs when life has kicked my arse. Yeah, thank you very, very much, man. I mean, I can't, you can't say much more than that for loyalty. He's stuck with me through, 11 years. That is awesome. Thank you very, very much, Fuzzball. If you're ever watching my live streams, mate, come and say hello. It's always nice to kind of see people in here. Ox, you might get a little surprise tonight. Just following your comment. Right, Golden Gamer 9045, the wonderful Tony. What can I say about Tony? He's a legend. I've met Tony once before. Tony's been on YouTube for a long, long time, and he's always been really, really nice to me. I'm just going to read out what he says. Huge congratulations on finally hitting 4K supporters. It's well deserved, Alan, my friend. You deserve more supporters as you're a legend on here. Yeah, because I'm old, Tony. Some new questions for next week's Friday Waffle. Some are non-gaming related amongst them, not a problem. Number one, what is your favourite sport and why? I'm not really a team support person. My favourite sport is got to be athletics. Yeah, running. Athletics was a thing that I used to watch with my dad back in the 70s and 80s, Friday night, sitting in the settee together, watching Steve Cram, Steve Ovett, Sebastian Coe, taking part in the Dream Mile, all that kind of stuff, brilliant. I've got so many happy memories of that, and that's what got me into running. I mean, I ran for about 10 years. I just love that. Oh, I mean, I love darts as well. Darts. I don't mind snooker, but darts, especially during the. If you'd asked me this 30 years ago, 40 years ago, I would have said darts, but no, athletics. Number two, do you like all kinds of animals? And what is your favourite animal out of them all? Do I like all kinds of animals? I don't know whether I would want to meet like a conga eel or a crocodile, but do I dislike them? Not at all. I am that person. I hate killing anything. I really, really detest killing anything. I'll always try and avoid to not kill an insect, even a tiny fly. I would rather put it out than kill it. I mean, the only insects that I've squashed recently would be maybe 5 years ago when I got squashed. But I got stung with a wasp. And it was more just out of an anger thing. It stung me in the hand and I squashed it. But no, wasps, spiders, I mean, I'm just looking about here. I tend not to get any spiders upstairs. But if I get a spider in my house, I'll usually just leave it alone, and it's these big, huge, big ones. Got small bodies, but massive legs. So yeah, you need to put a kind of teacup over it to catch it. If I have one in my house, if it's in the living room or in my bedroom, I'll rehouse it. I've got a cupboard downstairs, and I'll just catch it and I'll put it down there and let it do whatever it wants to do. I notice I've got one. There's one in the top corner at the moment, but I don't like to kill any animals if I can at all help it. But what is my favourite animal? Don't know. What is my favourite animal? Bloody hell. I do like cats. I do have a thing for cats, even though I've got two smelly dogs. I like the fact that cats, they don't give a shit. They've got their own mind. They're not. Dogs can be really needy. They're oh, where have you been? You go to put something out the, you open the door and you go into to the bin and you come back in. It's like, oh, where have you been? Where have you been? I've missed you. It's like, I've been away for 5 seconds and fucking sit down. Dogs I've got to take out for walks, which when it's nice, it's great. It's really nice taking dogs out for walks when the weather's good. But when the weather's shit, I don't want to do it. The reason I'm looking down there is because I've got my phone. The phone, oh, I'll put it up there. There we go. There we are. Yeah, I mean, I do like dogs, but I think cats. I think cats are probably my favourite animal. I do like lots of animals. I mean, I like alpacas. I like giraffes. I like rhinoceroses. I don't recommend you try and keep one, but no, I'll go for cats, Tony. Definitely cats. Have you always had dogs? No, I've had cats. I've had a cat in the past. I've had lots of. I like this deliberate spelling mistake, or is it a pun, Tony? Have you had a cat in the past when you were growing up in Bunny, Scotland? I see what you did there, mate. No, I've had lots of cats over the years. Ah, you can actually see the houses now out the window. Uh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've had lots of cats. Number 4, what is your main aim now you've hit 4,000 supporters? Any future goals for your channel? No, I don't have any aspirations for anything. You know, if people continue to watch, then great. I mean, I suppose 5,000 would be a nice kind of round number for subscribers, but you know, I appreciate what I've got. You know, the rate my channel's growing, it's going to be another 10 years before I get to 5,000. But you know, we'll see how it goes. But no, I mean, I don't have the energy or the time to really say, oh, I want to grow my channel. I mean, I'm not, you know, unless somebody came to me and offered me £5,000 a month to do YouTube full time, then I would 100% do it full time, and you would see better output, and what have you. But no, I'm just going to keep doing it as long as I enjoy it. That'll do me. Favorite type of music and why? I like most music. Music that I don't like rap. I don't like hip hop. And I don't like, I don't know. I mean, I think like the 2000s, the Spice Girl era, the Westlife era, that was a bloody tragic time in music. It was awful. Aqua and Boyzone and oh fucking hell, yeah. I mean, the Spice Girls were just I mean, fair play to them. They made a lot of money, but I think they're bloody awful. But you know what? Their target market were 10-year-old girls, and they did that. But no, I mean, I do like most music. Being a 60s kid, I mean, I was born in the 60s, grew up in the kind of 70s. My mum and dad, they would play. I mean, back then there was no such thing as Walkmans or iPods or you know, whatever. The music that I got to listen to was what we listened to on the radio when we were going on holiday or in the car, and what my mum and dad used to play. They had a record player. It was one of these record players. It was built. It was like a piece of furniture. It was a big guinea. I don't know. Not an oak. I don't know what it was. It was like a wooden box, and it had a record player in it. You know, it was the 70s. But yeah, the music they used to play, Dean Martin, oh Christ almighty, Mamas and the Papas, John Denver, stuff like that, stuff from the 50s. What's his name? Oh, he sung what? Tommy Steele, yeah, guys like that. So I grew up hearing that music. My mum and dad would play it all the time. The Corries, a Scottish group, love them. And but then as I got older, when I got to kind of started high school, the first group, I mean my first single, and I think this is quite a cool single, the very first single I ever bought was No More Heroes by the Stranglers. I think that's quite a cool record to be your first song. Del Boys, he told me, was Baccarat, I Can Boogie. That was apparently his first ever song. But yeah, Stranglers No More Heroes. That takes a win, I think. But yeah, the first kind of music that I got into was ska music. First album I ever bought, or I got bought for me, was Absolutely Madness. My sister got me that. The one where they're standing outside Camden Tube Station. I got into Specials, Bad Manners, not the Pretenders, Selector, The Beat. All these groups, loved them. But then I also loved electro music, Human League, The Associates, Depeche Mode, Howard Jones. Didn't really like Kraftwerk. I didn't know them. Gary Newman, stuff like that. Teardrop Explodes. I didn't really like punk until later on, and I kind of started liking things like the Sex Pistols, the Clash, all that kind of stuff. And then as I got a bit older, I got to about 18, discovered girls. I started going to this rock club. All my pals were kind of rockers. They were all into like Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin and Iron Maiden. And you know, I didn't like that. I just thought it was loud noise. But then when I got to about 18 years old, I started going to this rock club, and yeah, I discovered AC/DC and all these guys. And if I was to be pushed to pick a type of music, it would have to be kind of rock, not hard rock like Lacosa or Panther listen to, but kind of soft rock. You know, I like a bit of Metallica, like a bit of who else? Rush. I says Iron Maiden. AC/DC is probably my favourite group, I think. But I still love, I love the 80s. Level 42. Roxette, I loved Roxette. Went to see them in concert. So many groups, and I love John Denver. Absolute epic. I listen to that stuff, and it takes me back to a really, really happy time in my life. So the music for me is, again, it's nostalgic, and it's what I was going on about earlier on about I don't really can embrace modern music. Modern stuff that I do like, Jerry Cinnamon. You're probably thinking who? I'm going to guess that Craig Flanagan is the only person that has heard of Jerry Cinnamon. He comes from Glasgow, and he's EQ Purple, yeah, Dire Straits. Love Dire Straits. Again, I wasn't really madly into them at the time, but Brothers in Arms is one of my most played albums. It's brilliant. Anything with Mark Knopfler. In fact, I was sorry to hear. I can't even remember the name of the guy. I'm one of these people. I'll tell people that I like groups, but don't ask me to name songs. Don't ask me to name the group members. I know Mark Knopfler. He's the only guy in Dire Straits I actually know. But one of their guitarists died. I think it was yesterday. But yeah, Brothers in Arms. It's just an absolute epic album. Really, really like Dire Straits. I'd love to have seen them. Genesis. Well, I wasn't really a Genesis fan. It was more Phil Collins. Love Phil Collins. Where am I going with this? So yeah, that's kind of my music. What were you asking me? Favorite music? Yeah, I think I've kind of discussed that one. Favorite mobile phone, and why is it your favorite? Uh, you probably know, evening Colin. You probably know that I'm not a big fan of mobile phones for numerous reasons. Well, pretty much one reason, and I personally think that mobile phones is killing society as we know it. People don't talk to each other. I was with my daughter this afternoon. She goes along to this kind of self-help group thing, and I was in the cafe, and the girl that was working behind the counter, really, really lovely girl, and I was blathering away at her, and I was kidding her on because she was at reception, and then when I went to get a cup of tea, she was serving tea, and I went, bloody hell, you serve coffee as well? And then she brought it to my table, and I was just winding her up, having a laugh, and my daughter says, "Oh, Dad, you kind of get on with everybody. You talk to everybody." And I said, "I do. I like talking to people. I really, really do." Where am I going with this? So I think that mobile phones is killing society. It breaks my heart when I see people sitting in pubs or sitting on the train next to somebody else and they're both on their phone. You know, people that are going out, you know, together, young couples going out on dates, and they're sitting on their respective phones, not even talking. I mean, if I got on a train, I would gladly talk to the person next to me. Never met them before, um, but I would be happy just to talk to them and pass the time. But they're on their phone or they've got headphones on. It's sad. And one thing that's sad, I mean, talking about mobile phones, people now, and I'm not just talking about my daughter's generation. People now listen to, they've got their headphones or their earpods, whatever they're called, and they're in their own wee world. Nobody's getting to listen to their music. It's just their music, and it's like my daughter. She's in the car. She's got headphones on. I have no idea what she listens to, and I think that's sad because I says when I was growing up, I knew the music that my mum and dad were listening to, and I can listen to it now and just enjoy it. Um, you know, you know what I'm going to do, right? I'll tell you what. I'm going to finish Kevin's, and then I'm going to play another. I'm going to play another song, and I know it will give me a copyright strike, but I don't care. So, favorite mobile phone. I'm going to say any. I'm going to go for the Nokia 3310, Kevin, because you can't get the internet on it. You can phone and you can send text messages. Now, I've got one of these. I bought one not that long ago. Number 7, have you ever played in the Sega Mega CD console? And if so, what was your first ever game you played in it? I owned one, oh, I don't know, about 10 years ago. I couldn't tell you what the first game I played in it. I mean, Sewer Shark was one of them. What did I think of it? You didn't actually ask me what I was thinking of, but yeah, uh, it's to me, it's modern gaming. I wasn't particularly impressed with it at all. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say in the Mega CD. It was full of motion capture video. I'm guessing some people liked it. Wasn't for me. Favorite Sega Master System game and why? I never owned a Sega Master System until about, I don't know, 10 years ago, and Listen to me. Yeah, I did buy one about 10 years ago, and I never really played it. I mean, is there any game? I can't even think of any game that's a favourite. The only game I can think of, and it's because my brother-in-law had one. In fact, he might still have it. It was a built-in game. Was it Alec something another? What was it called? Alec blah blah. I was going to say Alec Baldwin. Alec something. It was a built-in game that came with it, and I remember borrowing that, and I played that for quite a while, and I actually thought that was a really good game. Can't remember what it was called. And yeah, question number 9 from Tony. Favorite 3 PSP games. I like, what's that rally game you're driving about? It's like Monte Carlo in a Mini. That was good. PSP. I can't. The games that I used to play in the PSP were all these little kind of compilation games, like Capcom compilations and Konami compilations. Yeah, I can't really think of any particular game, but that little rally, whatever it's called, was really really good. Alec Kidd, that's it, Paul. Thank you. Uh, I look forward to hearing your answers on the above. YouTube wouldn't be the same without you, Alan. Your content is awesome, and I always enjoy watching and enjoying it on a regular basis. Thank you very much, Tony. You're a lovely, lovely guy. You really are. You're one of life's good guys, honestly, mate. Take care of yourself and wrap up warm as I know, and realise Scotland can be a bit cold and chilly. You're not wrong there, Tony. Thank you very much, mate. Right, I'm gonna play a tune. Let me see if I can find this. No, I don't really care if it's not something that you guys want. It's not even going to be retro gaming. It was, yeah, let me see if I can find it. music. This, have I got it here? Ah, there we go. This, I've played this before. This song, I don't know what it is about it, but when I hear it, it takes me back to 1972. I'm 5 years old. It's a warm, humid day in Scotland. I'm outside in the garden playing. It's the summer holidays. Well, I wouldn't even be at school at that point. My mum is in the house. She's doing housework. My dad's at school. My dad's at work, and my two sisters are at school. Just think of this. Think of a warm, sunny afternoon in 1972. And when I hear this song, it just takes me right back. I'm going to get a copyright strike for this video, but I don't really care. If this video gets taken down after this, doesn't matter. You lot are watching it anyway. So, yeah. See if you can guess what it is.
For 3 days, I fought my way along roads packed with refugees, the homeless, burdened with boxes and bundles containing their valuables. All that was of value to me was in London. But by the time I reached their little red brick house, Carrie and her father were gone.
The summer sun is fading as the year grows old, and darker days are drawing near. The winter winds will be much colder. Now you're not here. I watch the birds fly south across the autumn sky, and one by one they disappear. I wish that I was flying with them. Now you're not here. Like the sun through the trees, you came to love me. Like a leaf on a breeze, you blew away. Through autumn's golden gown, we used to kick our way. You always love this time of year. Those fallen leaves lie undisturbed now, 'cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not
Suddenly leapt from house to house. The population panicked and ran, and I was swept along with them, aimless and lost without Carrie. Finally, I headed eastward for the ocean and my only hope of survival, a boat out of England.
like the sun through the trees, you came to love me. Like a leaf on a breeze, you blew away. A gentle rain falls softly on my weary eyes, as if to hide a lonely tear. My life will be forever autumn. 'Cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not here.
As I hastened through Covent Garden, Blackfriars and Billingsgate, more and more people joined the painful exodus. Sad, weary women, their children stumbling and streaked with tears, their men bitter and angry, the rich rubbing shoulders with beggars and outcasts. Dogs snarled and whined, the horses' bits were covered with foam, and here and there were wounded soldiers, as helpless as the rest. We saw tripods wading up the Thames, cutting through bridges as though they were paper. Waterloo Bridge, Westminster Bridge. One appeared above Big Ben. Never before in the history of the world had such a mass of human beings moved and suffered together. This was no disciplined march. It was a stampede, without order and without a goal. 6 million people, unarmed and unprovisioned, driving headlong. It was the beginning of the rout of civilization, of the massacre of mankind. A vast crowd buffeted me towards the already packed steamer. I looked up enviously at those safely on board, straight into the eyes of my beloved Carrie. At sight of me, she began to fight her way along the packed deck to the gangplank. At that very moment, it was raised, and I caught a last glimpse of her despairing face as the crowd swept me away from her.
Like the sun through the trees, you came to love me. Like a leaf on a breeze, you blew away. Through autumn's golden gown, we used to kick our way. You always love this time of year. Those fallen leaves lie undisturbed now, 'cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not here.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Who was it saying that? Steve, you're saying it just makes the hair stand up in the back of your neck. Chris, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. You're right, mate. When I listen to that, I just think of my mum and dad. Makes me miss them so much. Like everybody misses their parents. But whilst it makes me sad, it makes me happy as well. It just makes me happy. Yeah, it just takes you back to a happy, happy time. But that is awesome. I'm actually thinking what I might do is have an entire playthrough of War of the Worlds on video, just do a live stream of it. It'll no doubt get taken down in a second, but like I said, I don't really care, if videos go out live and then they get taken down, they deleted, whatever. It doesn't bother me. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that as much as I did. It's a stunning piece of music. Wee Bob Art, great to watch along. Did you find the thing that hit your arm? Oh yeah, I thought it was a spider that fell on me last week. I've loved watching the channel. Excuse me, I've loved watching the channel over the years, and I feel I have real, genuine friends from being part of the community. I think it's now maybe 7 years since I started watching, and I got inspiration from yourself and a few others to start my Wee Bob channel, which eventually led to me doing the art channel. Anyway, all the best from me, and thanks to you for your content and the community you've built up by having avenues for interaction. Now that piece there is Wee Bob did that. Elvis Presley. Love Elvis Presley. And if you notice for your keen-eyed viewers, you'll see my little Robotron wee guy lying sort of face down. You can see him there. See the little Robotron guy there. That's an original piece that Bob did for me. Absolutely stunning. Question for next week. If YouTube and the internet didn't exist, how do you think you would get your creativity out into the world, or your love for classic gaming? Do you think you would give up the hobby and focus on other things, as you may only have one or two people that you could talk to about games? Quite scary how lonely the world would be if this was to happen or disappear tomorrow. Maybe there would be more physical clubs. Who knows? Anyway, cheers for all the years. Thanks, Bob. If YouTube didn't exist and the internet didn't exist, I would still play games. I mean, I would definitely still play games. Maybe not to the same extent, but then I don't play that many. Most of my game playing is when I'm doing live streams. But no, I would still play games. Would I be creative? I don't know. I'd maybe take up photography. I would probably maybe get more into sport as well. I'd maybe try and get running again. I don't know, or do something. No, I mean, I'd always keep myself busy, Bob. I'm a lot of things, but one thing I'm not is somebody who gets bored. I've always got something I want to do. But I would definitely miss the internet. That's for sure. Not the internet. I'd miss you lot. That's for sure. Uh, Steve's Gaming 7475. Hi mate, huge congratulations for 4,000 subscribers. Well deserved. I'm so happy for you. Now, when are we getting to 12-hour stream to celebrate? Yeah, I've been thinking about that fairly recently, Steve. I don't know if I could, for anyone that wasn't around, but I don't know when it was, 3, 4 years ago, I did a 12-hour live stream and it was for charity. We got £1,000, which was donated, and it all went to 330 quid went to the Salvation Army, which is a charity very close to my heart because they go out and they help people who are homeless and they help really people who need it. I gave 330 quid to a local community centre who help, adults with disabilities and what have you. Brilliant, brilliant cause. And then I gave 330 quid to a children's hospice, and that was all from you lot. £1,000. Really, really, really proud of everybody that actually did that. But yeah, we had a 12-hour live stream, and I managed to get lots of people that are kind of fairly well known in the hobby to come along and talk. I've not been in touch with a lot of them for a long time, so I don't know whether I could be bothered trying to get them again. But you know what, I might. If you lot were wanting a 12-hour live stream with just me and maybe some of you lot popping in and out, playing games, listening to music, me talking, whatever. What? Yeah, I mean, I could do a collection of all my videos. We could do a bit of watch from Main Meister. We could watch some micro live. We could listen to music. We could play games. We could play Sid tunes. Put your hand up if that's something you want, because that's something a lot easier to do. I could definitely do that. I would probably have to make it a long weekend, so I've got like a bit of time off, something like that. But let me know if that's something you quite fancy doing, and I'm sure we could make it happen. So yeah, what is that, Steve? Is that the? Oh right, no, sorry, Dell's posting links to ESO adverts. Right, thanks, Bob. Oh no, sorry, it was Steve. Yeah, it was Steve was asking. So you never know. Yeah, good stuff, Steve. I will. That could be easy to do. It's just a question of making the time. I mean, here you are. I've been on for an hour and 10 minutes already, just talking nonsense. I will make it happen, Steve. Trust me in that, mate. Number one question: what was the first game that hooked you so much that when you stopped playing it, you were thinking about it and couldn't wait to play it again? Again, probably. I don't know. I'm trying to think. It'd probably be a Commodore 64 game. You know what? It'd probably be International Soccer, the cartridge by Commodore. I think it was programmed by Andrew Spencer. Yeah, I played that game so much. That was the very, very first game where I literally became addicted to it. I mean, I've got a diary that I used to keep back in 1985, and when I look at it now, I don't think there was a day for like a year where I never played international soccer, and it was always late at night. It was always midnight. I would play 5 games, whatever it was. So yeah, international soccer by Commodore. And number two, did you ever stay up all night playing a game? If so, then what was the first game you played all night? Mine was Elite. I probably played Elite during the night, but the game that I played, there was two games well, a few games that I pulled overnighters. One was Football Manager with my mate Don, who I'm still pals with. We played Football Manager all night. Another game was Bubble Bus Hustler, not the porn mag, or the soft porn mag, I should say. But the pool game, it was a pool game in the Commodore 64, and it is garbage. But me and my mate Robert at the time, not seen Robert since 1986, I don't even know if he's still alive. We pulled, I think it was first 100 frames. Yeah. And the only game I can think of that I played myself right through the night was the Formula One game on the ZX Spectrum. My mate Grant had a Spectrum, I had a C64, and we decided to swap computers for one weekend, and I played that game right through the night. Take care, mate, and congratulations once again. Thanks very much, Steve. You're a staunch bloke, mate. Bud Buckle. Question for a Friday Waffle. What's the most money you spent on a Commodore 64 game, and was it worth it? Mine was Chase HQ on cartridge for about 40 quid on eBay years ago. I think I paid too much. I never really paid lots of money. I mean, like I've never, since kind of owning a Commodore 64 again, since owning a Commodore 64 again, I've just been playing games on like cartridge, SD card, and that kind of stuff. So the game that I spent the most would have been a game back in the day, and I'll go and get it. I'll show you this lots of times. Now, sadly, this is not the original one that I bought, because I mean, I gave it away when I sold my thing, but it's this game, set in my Elite by Commodore 64. By Commodore 64, I'm going to let you see this again. I'll let you see this. You know, you buy, I mean, let me have a look. There you go, there's a game that my daughter bought. Pokemon Snap. Yeah, you got screenshots and all that. There you go. There's what's inside the box. That's it. Look at this bad boy. Space Traders Flight Manual. Actual flight manual. Look at it. Look at that. How good is that? I mean, this is 63 pages. Look at it. Look at the information it gives you. That is so cool. So you get that. You get this, which is a novella? Dark Wheel by Robert Holdstock. Never actually read it. This is a It's a novel. It's 48 pages long. You get that. You get Elite membership, Order of the Elite. Look at that. How cool is that? Focus. Doesn't want to focus. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You get that. I can also, I mean, I bought the disc version. There you go. Elite disc upgrade offer to send your cassette with only £4. Might still do that. You get that. You get a quick key control guide, which is that. You get this, which sits over, I mean, this is almost mint condition. You get that. There you go, front view, that's focused. That sits over the Commodore 64. Yeah, this is what you call value for money. Then the piece de resistance is you get that poster. How cool is that? It's wicked. And then you get the tape as well. And what I like about this, it even comes with a receipt. Where is that about? Errington Computers, Spennymoor, County Durham. £14.95. And he bought that on the 6th of July 1985. So if it doesn't load, at least I've still got the receipt. So there you go. That is what you call value for money. Awesome. And that was 15 quid. So that was probably the most that I spent on a Commodore 64 game. But it was worth every penny. Absolutely epic. Or should I say elite. Yeah. Great stuff. Right, Paul Patrick, is Paul still in tonight? I know he was in earlier on. Congratulations on 10 years of making quality content for all gaming enthusiasts to enjoy. Thanks very much, Paul. In regards to puzzle games, a quality game in the 8 bits with split personalities, splitting images, excuse me, which was a sliding puzzle game. Yeah, I remember that, featuring 10 celebrities. People like, why is that gone all blurred? I don't know. Hang on, I'm going to switch this for a second.
For 3 days, I fought my way.
I don't want to play that again. Why is that going all weird? There we go, it's back. Yeah, Margaret Thatcher, Gorbachev, Reagan, Pope, I think possibly, can't remember. Gandhi maybe, was he one of the famous celebrities? Margaret Thatcher obviously. It had good versions of the Spectrum, C64 and Amstrad, which all play to each system's strengths. The C64 version improved the graphics and sound of the Spectrum original, and the Amstrad had super vibrant colourful graphics. It's a really playable game once you work out how best to deal with bombs. Yeah, I have played it before. Face Off Kerfuffle, that's you know what? I'm going to take a wee note of that. Because I'm always looking for personalities. Yeah, thanks, Paul. I will do a video. I'll do an 8-bit Face Off Kerfuffle on that. So thank you very much. Yeah, Bud Bucko is saying again here, hope the game comes out soon, Main Meister. You've added some numbers to my name, but I've changed it back to Bud Bucko. Oh, YouTube. Ah, right, yeah, because your earlier comment had some numbers after it. Yeah, I was talking to Holly, who's programming the game, and she said it will come out. She promised me that it will come out. When, we don't know, because like I said, real life is the most important thing. So that is my questions. Right, what I'm now going to do, I can close that down. I'm going to, yeah, I've got 3 games I want to play. Now, Ox, is Ox still in? Yeah, Ox is indeed still in. He posted one of my favourite games in the C64 and Atari is Fort Apocalypse, which I eventually managed to complete after like 40 odd years of playing it. I managed to complete it about a month ago. In fact, I completed that again. I played it again in a live stream and completed it. He made me aware of a sequel, Fort Apocalypse 2. It was never released. Now, I managed to find one on my game base, and I think it came out in 2010. But I think Ox kindly sent me another one, so I've got two of them there. I'm going to try them both. They might be the same version, the same game. I don't know. And there's another game I want to play, which I've been putting off playing for a long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to the Mr. Webcam, and I'm going to try and find, not try and find because I've got it here. Right, let me Commodore 64. Yeah, this waffle I'm doing tonight could technically be a wee teaser for a 12-hour live stream. If people enjoy it, let me know, and I'm sure we could make some plans to actually get it going. Right, Friday waffle, there we go. I've added them in particularly. Right, this was the one that I think Ox sent me. How do we set a load? Now, I've not tried to play this, so this is the first. Oh, whoops, run. Let's see how it stands up. Play the game, survey of all picks, trainer pick, tank speed. Nah, we'll just play. Now, apparently this is a full game. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's obviously using the exact same game engine as the original, which is good. Oof. Now, if you're ever going to play this game, I would suggest you play the Atari 800. It does play a bit smoother. Graphically wise, it still looks the same. Piss off. Bollocks. Crying out loud. Maybe a minute. It's playing awfully slow. I wonder if how would I change it to if I was to put it on the NTSC, would it play a bit quicker? I'll give that a go. Hang on. What's going on? What's going on? It might just be PAL, I'm not too sure. Right, I think it must only work. Yeah, it must only work with. It must be PAL only. So we need to go to that, and then we need to go back to PAL. Right, try again. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to. Right, see, that's making it go a wee bit quicker. Yeah, now the time is going down a lot quicker as well. I don't remember there being time in the original. Ooh. Probably not a good idea to put it on this faster mode. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Wait a minute. Oh, Christ. Right, let's try and get back to... Oh, bollocks. Yeah, I don't know what they've done, but this definitely plays slower than the original Fort Apocalypse. Piss off. Right, now, so far, I'm actually struggling to see what the difference is. Other than it being slower, this is the same game. I can see. Bollocks. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I can't say I'm impressed with this particular version. It just feels like the same game, but it's playing slower. Definitely going a lot slower. Right, I'm gonna try the other version, see if that's any different. I think this is going to be the same game, personally. Yeah, it's the same game. Is this a wee bit quicker? No, I don't think it is. Not doing that. I think this is exactly the same game, folks. Right, maybe the game changes once you're actually into the main kind of cave area. I'm not sure, but no, I'm not a massive fan of this. It's like the same game, but it's playing a lot slower. Let me just load up the original. Whoops. Let me load up the original. And try it. Bollocks. Came in too quick. Yeah. This is playing a lot snappier. Yeah. Right, anyway, listen, right, I don't know. Maybe it does change, but I'm not gonna play. I might play it in a live stream at some point. But anyway, right, you've probably seen the other game that I had there. A long time. I'm going to actually take this off for a second. About a year ago, one of the guys that watches the channel.
For 3 days, I fought my way along roads packed with refugees, the homeless, burdened with boxes and bundles containing their valuables. All that was of value to me was in London.
We're having a discussion about
By the time I reached their little red brick house, Carrie and her father were gone.
I can find it. I said that the best version, people were going on about this version called Berserk Redux from the Commodore 64. They're saying, oh, this is a fantastic version.
The summer sun is fading as the year
I
goes
beg to
on.
differ. It says, no, the best version, home version of this game
And
is
darker
a
days are
version called Horace and
drawing
the Robots, which was
near.
programmed by my mate Steve Snake. Now, Steve knew that I liked
The winter winds will be much colder.
Sorry, you can hear the music. Sorry, I'll need to take that off. Hang on. I'm going to switch that off for a second. Yeah, Steve knew that I liked Berserk, and he went away and programmed a version for the Spectrum called Horace and the Robots. Now, I'm going to see if I can find it. Well, tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to put this on. Now, you know what Berserk is, but I'm going to let you see it anyway, just in case. Just in case there's somebody there. Yeah, it's because I clicked on that stream and it starts automatically. It will stop, don't worry. Core, let's go to Berserk. There we are. I'll just play a couple of levels. Yeah, don't know. I wasn't a fan of that ox, if I'm being brutally honest. Got a coin in. There we go. Yeah, so this is the original. This is the original arcade one. Now, if I'm a wee bit rubbish, it's because I'm actually playing. I'm just using the window in OBS to play. I'm not actually looking at the screen. So there is a tiny bit of delay, but not to worry. It's not enough to kind of make it unplayable. Evening, Alan. How are you, mate? Thanks very much for. Woo! Ow, bollocks. I've played the original. I've played an arcade one. Play Blackpool, I think it was, or was it Play Glasgow? Yeah, there is a bit of lag in this. So this is the arcade one. Yeah, you can't really play it using this. That's the arcade one. Now, I want to see if I can find the Spectrum one that my mate wrote, just to let you see how good it is. Now, if you actually, well, let me see if I can find it first. Computer. ZX Spectrum. You know what? I bet it wouldn't be in this. I tell you what, just give me one minute and see if I can find this. Come on, where is it? Horus. Right, just give me 1 second. Let me just do a quick search, see if I can find it. Oh, hang on, Horus and the Robots, there we go. Horus and the Robots. Stop searching. Copy here, right, and let me put this into Mister. Right, okay folks, now I'll have to apologise in advance because the Mister is fantastic. Hey, Mr. Connolly! It's the cousin of Billy Connolly, and this guy is equally as talented as entertaining. How are you, Dave? I was actually watching I was listening to one of your live streams a couple of days ago at work. I have no idea what you're talking about, but you're always entertaining me. When we need to get this coffee, I know we're like broken records. We keep saying we're going to meet up, and we never do. We definitely need to make it happen, mate. So I will get in touch offline, and we will get out for that coffee, mate. But hope you're doing well, buddy. Anyway, and I've broken 4,000 subscribers, Dave. Hey, at long last. Right. Anyway, this Spectrum core doesn't always. It works really well in the Mister, but for whatever reason, when you're streaming it across on the capture device, it seems to have some kind of conflict. It's to do with refresh rate or some kind of bollocks like that. I'm not exactly sure. So anyway, let me see if I can get this working. Spectrum. What is that? Is that tape? Tap image? Tap. There we go. Horace and the robots. Please work. Yeah, my mate Steve wrote this. He knew that I liked Berserk, so he went and programmed this. Now this does actually support. I don't know if it's going to have speech in this version. I don't know. Does this support the colour speech? I wonder if it does. Hardware. That would be epic if it did. Maybe it doesn't. Audio. Oh, hang on. Audio and video. Video. Maybe it doesn't, but this does support the curve speech thing, which is really, really cool. I don't think it does. That's unfortunate. Anyway, let's try and K for Kempston. Now, hopefully you can remember. Come on. How cool is that? Look at it. That is arcade perfect. So anyway, I had a chat with Nick Sherman, and said, Berserk Redux in the C64 is completely pish. This is where it's at when it comes to home ports. This has no equal. And it says the Commodore 64 couldn't do a good Berserk because it's got the wrong aspect ratio, etc, etc. Well, what I'll do is I'll let you. So, how good is that? That is utterly brilliant. So there you go. That's Horace and the Robots. Now I'm going to let you see. Let's get back to the Commodore 64. I'm going to let you see the one Berserk Redux, whatever it's called, Commodore 64. I think it's is it Berserk? Let's have a look. Berserk. Can you see Berserk Redux there? There you go. Oh yeah, Dancer. There's Berserk there, right. Right, wait a minute. I need to try and find. Is it games, new games? Right, there we go. Berserk Redux. So this is the version that people said is really good. Fast load, kill. I don't know, let's go for the kernel load, whatever that is. I mean, it's got nice graphics and all that kind of stuff, but when you see it, it's just, it's not Berserk. It's absolutely not Berserk. I mean, I would say it's kind of based on Berserk. Have I got any tea left? I have, actually. you know, it looks the part. It's got a nice sound. But you know, look, seriously, it's not Berserk. For starters, the maze is completely different. You move way too fast. You're absolutely right, Alan. Seamus is Berserk with nipples. So this is really not a good version of Berserk. If you want the arcade experience, then don't play this. It's a good game in its own right. Even Evil Auto bloody doesn't move the same. So anyway, let's get back to the story. I said to Nick, nah, if you want to play the best version of home version of Berserk, you've got to play Horus of the Spiders. He says because the Commodore 64 can't do it, this is the best it's got to offer. So 2 weeks later, Nick went away and he sent me this. Yeah, did you hear what I said there? 2 weeks later, he sent me this. There we go. I think this might be the... Now you'll notice the high score. Now, yes, sorry, the bit I forgot to say. He said, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try and program Berserk on the C64 and make it as good as arcade or as good as Horus and the Robots. So I said to him, hang on. I said to him, well, tell you what, if you can manage it, I will eat my hat. So, yeah, he sent me this. Now, if you notice here, Meme Meister eats his hat. Look at this. This is mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Now, this is the finished version. And it's even got speech in it. Now, you need to understand, this is a single load. So the speech is scratchy. But how good is this? It's the arcade one. It's absolutely the arcade one. I can only apologise to Nick for taking so long to actually kind of do a review of this. This is mind blowing. It really, really is. Now, if you go to his website, he even talks about. I'll actually go to the website in a wee minute and read it out. But there you go. He is only gone and given us the best version of Berserk. Don't get me wrong, Horus and the Robots is fantastic. It really is. It's I would say it's just as good as this. The only difference is Steve decided to put Horus in rather than the wee guy. But both versions are, in my opinion, flawless. But yeah, 2 weeks it took Nick to knock this up. Just mental, absolutely mental. Right, I'm going to come out of that. Let's see if I can... Doesn't really matter, I'll not bother showing you the thing. So, right, let's come out of this. Back to full screen webcam. So there you go, that was the tail. Yeah, and as you can see there, I've still got my hat. And this is not without a word of a lie. I have actually gone onto Amazon and eBay to see if I could buy an edible hat. Because this hat isn't going anywhere. This is what turns me into Meme Meister. This hat is definitely not getting eaten. But yeah, if you want to play the best version of Berserk on the home systems, go and check out Nick Sherman's Berserk. It's flawless. It really, really is. So listen, folks, I've been waffling way too long. Almost 2 hours. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to... Well, in fact, wait a minute. Yeah, I've answered all the questions. Yeah, I think I've definitely answered all the questions. I'm going to play one more song. Leave you one of my favourite songs. I was talking about just how much kind of music invokes memories and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to say to you, thank you very, very much for watching this. It's Friday night. You know, I take nothing for granted. You guys should be watching Netflix with your girlfriends, wife, boyfriends, partners, or on your own, whatever. I don't care. But the fact that you have actually chosen to spend your Friday night and watch this means the world to me. It really, really does. I will be back, hopefully, on Sunday, 7 o'clock till 9, as always. So, yeah, I'm going to try and find... I'm going to let you hear one last tune. Let me just get it teed up if I can. Just wait for my PC to catch up. Better than Netflix. Thank you very much, Steve. Right. What am I going to pick? What am I going to pick? Right, I'm going to pick a game, not a game, I'm going to pick a song from... And it's not... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, it's by Dire Straits and it's on their Making Movies album, and this is Romeo and Juliet. I love this song. Hopefully you enjoy it, folks, and as always, thank you very much for watching.
Love-struck Romeo sing the streets a serenade, laying everybody low with a love song that he made. Find the streetlight, steps out of the shade, says something like, "You and me, babe, how about it?" Juliet says, "Hey, it's Romeo, you nearly give me a heart attack." He's underneath the window, she's singing, "Hey, lie, my boyfriend's back. You shouldn't come around here singing up at people like that. Anyway, what you gonna do about it?" Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start, and I bet, and you exploded into my heart, and I forget the movie song. When you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet? Come up on different streets, they both were streets of shame, both dirty, both mean. Yes, and the dream was just the same. And I dreamed your dream for you, and now your dream is real. How can you look at me as if I was just another one of your deals? When you can fall for chains of silver, you can fall for chains of gold, you can fall for pretty strangers and the promises they hold. You promised me everything, you promised me thick and thin, yeah. Now you just say, "Oh, Romeo, yeah, you know, I used to have a scene with him." Juliet, when we made love, you used to cry. You said, "I love you like the stars above, I love you till I die. There's a place for us." You know the movie song. When you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet? Can't do the talk like the talk on the TV, and I can't do a love song like the way it's meant to be. I can't do everything, but I'll do anything for you. I can't do anything except be in love with you. miss you and the way we used to be. All I do is keep the beat, the bad company. And all I do is kiss you through the bars of a rhyme. Julie, I do the stars with you anytime. Now, Juliet, when we made love, you used to cry. I said I love you like the stars above. I love you till I die. And there's a place for us, you know, the movie song. When you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet. In a love-struck Romeo, we sing the streets of serenade, laying everybody low with a love song that he made. Find the convenient street light, steps out of the shade, he says something like, you and me, babe, how about it? How about it?